What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of CNC. This is episode number 49. And we started this off with a brief look at the league table. As you can see on the back of our win against the Borough, we've now gone 8 points clear of West Brom in third with 11 games to go. And whilst we're still only 2 points clear of the Canaries, I've talked about it before, us and Dean Smith's side have been neck and neck for a very long time now. If they want to go top, okay, I'm not going to be too fussed one bit, man. The only thing that matters to me is we stay in the top 2. Never mind top 1, top 2 will do me just fine. Still, first game of today's episode away from home, Stoke City, heading into this game on the back of the defeat to Chelsea by 3-0 in the FA Cup last 16. I mentioned it, after we were torn apart by Thomas Tuchel's side, there was very little chance of us getting the win in that game anyway. I decided to throw out quite a few fringe players for that game as well, because this one, I know it sounds crazy, was more important to me. I need to make sure promotion does not slip through our fingers from where we are right now. So taking on Stoke away from home, they hit the bar very early on and gave us a warning sign, but after that we really picked it up and looked a stronger team. 58 minutes in, still tied at 0-0, golden chance to take the lead. Ruben Cole finds a bit of space, but a good stop keeps it at 0-0 in a really frustrating game as we were still deadlocked and still goalless. And just past the hour mark, with both teams currently unable to find that opener, Stoke would, 64 minutes in. It's a great little ball by Soros, to be fair, into the path of Brownie, slots it in to the bottom corner, and Stoke City have the lead. And I was thinking, look, I know Chelsea again was in the cup, but back-to-back defeats and back-to-back games where we failed to score as well. After this game, we'll have 10 games to go. I'll be feeling very nervous indeed. I needed a hero. I needed someone out there to step up and find us a late leveller. And it's one of the worst goals I've scored in FIFA this year. But I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week. Stoke trying to pass out from the back. Got themselves in a real mix-up in their own 6-yard area. What's that saying you're taught in junior football? When in doubt, kick it out. But they didn't do that. Awful defending, lack of communication. Arabi, to be fair with the pressure, wins it back. And the ball deflects into his path, 1 yard from goal. Puts it into the unguarded net. Final score 1-1, and whilst we'll take the point because it does now mean we're 9 points clear of West Brom, they slip up once again. Back-to-back slip-ups to the Baggies mean we go 9 points clear of them now. Norwich have now gone top on goal difference with 10 games to go. And I mentioned it, that's why goal difference is so crucial. Because of how tight it is right now, we need to improve ours. It's far worse than Canaries and the Baggies as well. Got to improve the goal difference. We didn't improve it at all there with a 1-1 draw. Disappointing slip up, at least it's good to know West Brom slipped up too. Still, following that, I couldn't resist but do this. You've seen come the end of the month, we've got international friendlies. And I've decided to take out all of my Newport County boys. Yeah, and the reason being is quite simple. We've got a game against Millwall at the end of the month away at the Den. And heading into that game, because it comes sandwiched in between the two international friendlies against Hungary and Brazil, we will miss our players to get called up to the Wales squad. So for my first squad selection as Wales manager, yeah, I was a little bit strategic, I'll be honest, heading in to those two friendlies. If it was qualifiers, I would think a little bit differently. But because they're friendlies, I had to be strategic about it. I can't miss my boys for 2 meaningless friendlies when we go away to the Den, and based on our form, it could be a massive game with massive implications. I need a fully fit, fighting, fresh, strongest first 11 possible. I can't have Humphreys and Davis and Matondo away on international duty playing meaningless friendlies when we've got a huge away day at the Den pushing for promotion. Absolutely not. It kind of made me laugh as well because it reminded me of the Gareth Bale Golf Wales Madrid or Wales Golf Madrid banner. I think at the moment for me it'll be, I don't know, YouTube Newport County Wales. For now of course, they're international friendlies. Of course when the qualifiers come round, when hopefully they will come round, I'll take it a lot more seriously. But for the friendlies, absolutely not. If this is the first CNC of mine you've watched, by the way, then basically when the qualifiers or the national tournaments come around, we play those. We play the qualifiers, we play the tournaments always, but the friendlies, I always simulate them. There's no point in playing them. It detracts valuable time, and there's far more important things going on with the club than meaningless international friendlies. So, yeah, following game though, Brentford. Speaking of London, we had 2 games in West London back-to-back, one on the Saturday and one in midweek as well. We beat Brentford by a goal to 0. Gavin Humphreys has been amazing recently. 11 for the season, scoring the only goal of the game in a wonder win. You saw the defence as well towards the end of the first half. It's really picked up this season, and the signing of Joe Rodden has helped immensely. Won the game by a goal to 0, and then following that, QPR away, Kyan Prince Foundation Stadium. We'll have a soft spot for these guys after our career mode with them last year, but there was no time for sentimental feelings heading into this game. No, needed to win this game and get back-to-back wins. Does that make sense? Back-to-back wins, if that makes sense. But yeah, heading to the game, West London, looking for the back-to-back wins here in our little stint in the capital. We'd scored the opening goal through Mark Bound as well. And speaking of Bale, I mentioned him earlier. I think he is Bale's region. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I think he is Bale's region. I know it's kind of hard to tell, and we're just going off what we assume. But I'm going to assume he is Gareth Bale's region. What are the chances that we get a right midfielder in the free agents pool with the same list of positions that Bale would have had directly after he retires from the same country? Very slim chance, right? So in my opinion, he's got to be Gareth Bale's region. He might not feel like it, he might not seem like it, but I think he is. He goes to lead regardless. Then soon afterwards, Rabi Matondo made it 2-0 in a really fast, action-packed start to the game. Just staying in attack mode right from the first whistle, looking for those more goals, knowing the importance of goal difference this season, and 33 minutes in, could have gone 3-0 up, Rashesh tonight in the near post, still 2-0, but as Humphries keeps the chance alive, wins it straight back, Matondo to Bound, Bale's region, through the gap. What a through ball that was, to be fair. And Humphries, who missed a chance earlier, doesn't miss this time. Recently, this guy has been on another level. And do you remember when I said it a couple episodes ago? I think there's a chance he could hit 90 overall before 20. It's going to be very tough for him to do that. But 12 goals in 37, that's just under 1 in every 3. He's still leading the way in the race for the assist title. He's doing nothing wrong. If anyone's got the chance, it's Gavin Humphries. So 3-0 Newport County, job done in the first half, really. Ilyas Sher would get QPR back in the game later on, but really, it was going to be nothing other than a consolation goal with 7.5 minutes to go. This was quite an interesting highlight. So Rashesh is doing his best showboating impression, and then finds a gap to slide through Ken Campbell off the bench, who gets his first goal of the season by rounding the goalkeeper. This was so funny because, now I've mentioned it before, but in a lot of my games now, I'm doing what you call game management. If we're up by 2 or 3 goals in the second half, I won't go full throttle and look for more goals. I'll try and see them out and be controlled. Not always go for the corner, but just try and retain possession, slow things down, kill the game off, if you know what I mean. I was doing the same thing with Rashesh, and there was a dribble from the corner flag back into the centre. I was like, hang on a minute, there's a gap there. So I slid through Ken Campbell. I wasn't even trying to score at that moment. We did. 4-1 the final score. And hey, listen, else with a goal difference, so we'll certainly take it. 4-1 there, and back-to-back wins, as we said, away in West London. And the following game, big one as well, Blackburn Rovers in this run, trying to keep ourselves away from the bags and extend the point gap from 8 to hopefully double digits. Well, heading into this game against the Rovers here, we had 2 golden chances early, but a couple of great saves kept it at 0-0. And then 29 minutes in as Blackburn came forward. I can't stop these guys, man. They're brilliant. We had some great battles against them since we joined the Championship. Chapman cuts inside and rolls it through, and Buckley smacks it home. And 30 minutes in, despite the fast start in South Wales, we're a goal down. I don't know what it is about Blackburn Rovers, but I just can't seem to stop them. They're like the Championship version of Bristol City. Do you remember against Bristol City in League One? I couldn't beat the Robins. They were brilliant. That's who Blackburn Rovers are to me in this Championship team. Well, maybe not. Probably Norwich, to be fair. But even so, we were currently down by a goal. We needed a leveller, and we got one. Ben Davis gets his 3rd of the season. He's not had a great year, Ben Davis, despite being the highest rated player in the team. He has, of course, had the 3-month injury to deal with as well. We know his time is limited. It will come a time where he decides to retire. It might well happen next season, but he's not going to retire until we get into the Premier League. That is his mission. Get Newport County from League One when he joined us into the Premier League. Well, we've got the chance this season. His goal could be crucial. It puts us back on level terms, and then 58 minutes in, we get ourselves in front for the first time and turn the game with his head. Header cleared off the line, drops to Ruben Colwell, and to be fair as well, that was a brilliant little swivel and finish from our number 17 as well. Turns it into the unguarded net and completes the turnaround. 3 straight wins for Newport County. A massive one coming from behind to claim the victory against a side we struggle with quite a lot. And as you can see following the game as well, a loan offer for Alan Bound. I'll try to get this guy loaned out because we know he won't get any game time with Matondo here now. But I like this loan deal. Going to Ibrox, heading to Glasgow, playing for Rangers for 2 years. I think that'll really toughen Bound up, to be fair. So, yeah, hopefully that deal does go through this time, the third time of asking. So, for our first international friend, like I said, I was going to simulate this one. We do 2-2 against Hungary. Like, it's not important to me one bit. And I mentioned before, this is the first save of mine you've watched, and you know, international friendlies, they'll always be simulated. There is no point in playing them whatsoever. And I didn't feel bad about the fact that I'd taken out all the Newport County players for it as well, because why would I? Like, it's an international friendly. We got Millwall at the Den in a massive game in the push for promotion. Why would I pick any of my Newport County players now they're missing for that game there? I got to think of club and country. I said to the Wales FA, look, I'll take the job, but I'm thinking of the club as well as the country. Just know this ain't my only job. I've got Newport County to worry about just as much as I've got to worry about the nation as well. It's an international friendly, boys. No one cares. Still, following the game, as you can see, negotiated a split for Alan Bound. I'm fingers crossed that deal goes through. For anywhere for him to go, I think Rangers would be a brilliant move. 2 years at Ibrox, I think that would be great for the youngster. And for our final game of today's episode, this would be it. Millwall away at the Den. Had my fully fit side ready for this game. No one away with Wales for the meaningless international friendlies. And I was thinking, if we lose this game, I'll have egg on my face. So I need to make sure we at least got a point. The Lions had the first chance. Great save by Price. Gets to the 0-0. Then the other end, another good stop here on the other end. So the game still remain at 0-0. Such a tough game as well. Just could not create chances at all. The best opportunity I had in the second half came from 20 yards. Humphreys in form, firing one over in what was eventually a goalless draw. So I intentionally kept my Newport Counties away from Wales' duty heading into the game, but I couldn't find a goal. We didn't improve the goal difference record. We slipped up and only got a point. Quite disappointing, but it's the pressure of pushing for promotion. First, second or third. Well, for now, after a decent run, to be fair, we are top of the table. We've gone 6 clear in Norwich, though do keep in mind I've got the game in hand and the far better goals record as well. But most importantly, 6 games to go. We're 11 points clear of West Brom now after a great little run where the bag has been faltering. And that does mean if we win 3 of our remaining 6 in the Championship, we will go up to the Premier League. The pressure is immense. We're almost there, but that will be it for CNC, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the special thank you episode number 50 of CNC as a wrap up our 4th season at Newport County and play the final 6 championship games very soon.